And dude, I'm just touching the throttle. Like I'm going 1 inch in and it's doing all of this.
Wow.
It's really easy. It's coming to a stop, super nice. Autopilot for off-road, you can see it spinning a little bit.
FSD who?
When it goes to auto hold, dude, the pedal goes to the floor. Oh, dude, it's just the tri-motors are having a hard time getting the software differentials to lock.
It looks like we're about to go off a cliff.
Okay, so this is not so good. Thank you to our sponsors for today's video, Eaton, Ionna, and InfyPower. Eaton is a one-stop shop for implementing reliable and innovative EV charging infrastructure at your site. Across all applications, Eaton's EV charging infrastructure, hardware and software, gives you the scalability, flexibility, and intelligence you need to charge today and scale up tomorrow. Learn more at eaton.com/EVCI. Also, Ionna, North America's premier charging network. With unmatched commitment to elevating the customer experience, Ionna is opening America's roads to all EVs, giving drivers the coverage they need, the reliability they deserve, and the amenities they crave. And InfyPower, the largest EV charger module provider with over 3 million power modules running reliably worldwide. Their latest G2 collection features ultra-high power density and efficiency for EV charging and energy storage integration. InfyPower, innovation for your power. Hello and welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video. You join me in beautiful Moab, Utah, one of my favorite places on the planet, with 3 of the hardest core electric SUVs on the market. Now, electric and off-roading really hasn't become a big thing yet. I was just over at Overland Expo, Mountain West near our home, and there was like 3 or 4 electric cars and thousands of combustion vehicles. However, I still love electric off-roading because you get low-speed torque, you get really nice sound in the sense that there is no sound. You can actually hear the environment, and you can really hear what the tires are doing. So these are the 3 of the hardest core electric SUVs available in the North American market. Surprisingly, China has some really weird electric off-roaders that I've shown some of those on this channel, and maybe we'll go back and check out some more in the future. So in this episode, we're going to run a trail here in Moab called Baby Lion's Back. It's really a very short trail, but it'll give us a good way to basically evaluate each of these vehicles on a same course, same day, same driver situation, talking about their off-road capabilities. Now, if you head over to our Out of Spec Overlanding channel, we're going to have, hopefully, as long as the rain doesn't come in, a full day of exploring around here in Moab, which will be super fun to go out on a trail with each of these 3. But in this video, we are going to run Baby Lion's Back with the G580, the Hummer EV, and the Rivian R1S. So let's go have some fun tearing up some electric SUVs. Starting with the Mercedes G580 with EQ technology, Tijmen.
Wow, amazing.
Should just be called the EQG.
Yep, exactly.
They messed that one up. What they didn't mess up was the G580. Now, everyone on the internet will tell you this is not a desirable car. No one wants an electric G-Class.
But I do.
Tijmen has fallen in love with this thing. It's hilarious because you're not really an EV guy.
Nope.
You drive a Model 3, whatever, but like you're a combustion guy. So
exactly.
am I. And we've driven combustion G-Classes, and this is awesome, dude. 4 motors.
It's so cool.
It drives perfect.
Yep.
Like there's nothing I would change.
And the fake V8 noises is perfect.
So objectively, this car on paper isn't actually that good. It's $187,000. It does 230 miles at 70 miles an hour. It only charges at 200 kilowatts. Like
it's objectively meh.
Yeah, objectively meh, but it's the best car ever made. Because it's a G-Class and it's electric. So Tijmen, you and I shot a video a couple years ago. We spent an entire day with the G-Wagon durability engineers.
Yep.
And we had the craziest experience maybe ever in a car.
Yeah, on Schuckel Mountain.
And Schuckel Mountain in Austria. We went like 70 miles an hour down a mountain, jumping, pounding a G-Class around. And then, you know, we're like, that was absolutely insane. They must have to scrap the cars after that. And it's like, oh no, this does that every day and it has 50,000 miles on it. The abuse that these things are designed to handle is insane. Case in point, Tijmen, this is the only vehicle of the bunch without air suspension.
It might need it today though.
So that is the thing. The air suspension could not take the abuse that this vehicle is designed to handle. However, with crazy approach and departure angles, especially on Baby Lion's Back, we may have some clearance issues out there. So we're definitely going to play around with it and see how it handles. One thing I'm really curious to experience going up this hill is the 4-motor situation in this. It has basically software differentials, which has always driven me crazy on every vehicle we've ever tested. Any tri-motor or quad motor off-roader that I've been in, it just can't get the power to the correct wheel. Things are spinning, and the software, while the automakers will tell you, you know, incredibly capable and it can go anywhere, I just want mechanical diff lockers, dude.
Amen.
So I think this, if anyone can do a software locker, it's got to be Mercedes.
For sure. And they'd probably do it the fastest too.
Right. So
if people actually off-roaded their G-Wagons.
that's the thing. They built this car, not for this, just to get to Whole Foods.
Yep.
But dude, I love this thing so much. The door thunk is hilarious. We just need to be really careful. Hell yeah. We just need to be really careful that we don't ding up Mercedes' car. I'm also really worried about this tire.
Yeah, it's the only one on dedicated street tires. The Hummer is on a like street off-road tire, and the Rivian's on a all-terrain tire. So that's why I think we should do this one first, because of
the ramp potential coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we at least get one trail under its belt.
Yeah, I think this one, you know, we really don't want to scrape it out. There's a lot of obstacles out here in Moab that can really tear this thing up, a lot of hard rocks. So we're going to be careful about the lines we take with it. This is the only tire available in the electric G.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, so you, of course, aftermarket can switch it, but at least at the time of the recording, that's the tire option. And it's just not an aggressive tire.
Yep, but no one off-roads a new G-Wagon.
So let's run this thing up first. 4 motors, tons of torque. I don't know, it's got a physical low-range transfer case. I should mention that because we're going to use it. This is such a steep hill. Nothing ever looks crazy on camera, dude.
Yep.
But we're basically going to put this thing in the off-road mode and put it into low range. Mercedes decided to solve their electrical problems, not with electrical engineering, but with good old German mechanical engineering. And so they have 4 transfer cases on this thing with basically a reduction gear, a 50 split, half split reduction gear. So you can get double the wheel torque at low speed, which is crazy.
I don't see the use case for 4 transfer cases.
It's also got a solid beam rear axle, no independent suspension here.
Seems like a lot of things that can break.
Well, it's durable.
Yep, that is true. So, I mean, probably more durable than the Hummer.
Oh, absolutely. It's a G-Class, dude. No one appreciates how crazy these things are. And honestly, we've off-roaded the combustion ones, but never the electric one.
Yep, so we're about to find out.
Let's go send this thing up Baby Lion's Back. It's such a lame little hill here in Moab. I mean, it's an aggressive trail.
Yeah.
It's just short.
Yeah, very short.
Which is honestly probably good for our viewers' attention span. All right, let's move these 2 pieces of crap out of the way. I'm taking the military vehicle up. All right, Tijmen, we've got this thing aired down to about 30-ish PSI.
Yeah, they're all kind of around 30.
Plus or minus. We've got some cool off-road stuff. So first of all, we have these cool menus here. So I can see tire pressure, tire temperature, position, drive torque, and suspension, which I like. So I'm going to keep that suspension.
Yeah, we know the pressures are good, so we don't need that on.
Nice camera stuff, which we probably do need going up that way.
Yeah, the underbody, like this angle, the Rivian doesn't have, is super nice for this trail, especially when we're about to face the sky.
And Hummer has a bunch of cameras as well, which is really great. So I'm really kind of worried about not having the height to raise this thing up.
I think on this trail it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I'm also as long as we take it slow, we'll be good.
Yeah, so the biggest thing to get us set up into the modes would be, actually, let me show everyone this really quick. We have a bunch of off-road stuff going on here, which is really cool. So the first thing I'm going to do is to put the car into rock crawl. We're going to activate drive program. I'm in neutral, and I'm going to select low range. Now, that does not mean low EV range, like Scott thought it meant. She's like, do you hit that when you're low on charge?
Hey, in theory...
You see around us, you know, making fun of her. You would, if you're driving an EV, low range sounds like a low range.
Yeah.
But it's actually transfer cases.
Right.
Then you can go into drive, and now you've got slow off-road crawl, all these cool off-road stuff that you can use. And I can use the paddles to adjust the crawl settings.
That's kind of cool.
I also have a really cool function called G-turn.
The best function.
Which it's a little rocky here, so I'm not going to do that because we'd smash some glass. But we can insert the clip of us doing the G-turn, which spins the, outside of the car, wheels forward, the inside backwards, and it can spin in place.
Yeah, it's basically a donut.
Yeah, basically just doing a donut in place. Rivian offers it on the new quad motor as well. Really nice, very hard on the trail.
Yep.
So let's insert the clip of us doing that at the state of Utah border. That was cool. Thanks. Don't forget to put the clip in there. We also have this function here, which is called, don't remember. But
A function.
I can basically keep this on, and you obviously can tell we won't be able to make the right turn here. But if I turn all the way, it will lock the inside rear, and I can spin the car around so that we can make any turn. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's super sick.
So love that feature. We don't need it to go uphill. What we need to go uphill is to clear this message about rock drive program, low range. I'm going to put us in slow crawl control. All right, tires are pretty muddy, so we might spin them a little bit, but I kind of want it to. I want to see how it handles stuff. Can we go traction control?
Yeah, I think ESP is off.
It's off. Yeah, it just defaults off. So it's climbing, dude.
Oh my, we're not doing anything.
Autopilot for off-road. You can see it spinning a little bit.
FSD who?
Dude, it's doing all of this.
This is what Scott needed to take up.
Oh, this is good for her to learn how to do stuff.
Yeah, because she doesn't have to do anything.
So I can hear a wheel spin and it backs off a little bit. Actually, can we go to drive torque? This is where you can watch what the motors are doing. So there's one spinning. Still kept a little bit of torque on there. You can definitely tell it's not locked from a, axle standpoint.
This is very impressive.
Can we go faster? What happens if I hit fast off-road crawl? Oh, dude, it's going quick.
Yeah.
Back
I don't think the suspension's good for that, but...
I mean, it seems pretty good. That was about the least dramatic.
Yeah, I mean, we can do this 60 times over.
All right, I just want to also try some other things. So I hit the brakes. All right, do we have hold? Nope, no hold. On the brake to the floor, and then it'll apply torque, creep torque. I can hit the throttle and it walks itself right up. Holy moly, dude.
Josh almost fell backwards.
You all right there, Josh? So now...
That was anticlimactic.
We should also mention the viewpoint out the front, way better than the Rivian.
Yeah. I do feel like with the hood being symmetrical, but not one even shape, you really feel like you're on the left side of the car.
The left side of the car?
Yeah, like I'm sitting here and I feel like I'm on the right side because I can see the indicator more on this side than that side.
Sort of those marker lights are actually doing what they're designed to do.
Yeah.
It also feels way smaller and way narrower than the Rivian, which it is.
For sure.
And it is pretty nice to walk up there, dude. That was really cool. All right, we are off-road. Now, this does not have air suspension, but it does have adaptive damper. So it can firm up when it needs to, and it can let things flex a little bit, but no disconnecting sway bars. It's just, solid rear axle.
Yep.
It's really cool. So,
I mean, the nice thing about this trail is you really don't need that much articulation.
Right.
Like you said, it's more about motors on this.
In the Rivian, how you could feel it cog?
Yeah.
Like it was dunk, 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 dunk. This
smooth as butter.
Oh my God. Mercedes knows how to tune their
shit. Technical term.
It's so freaking awesome. Scott, how does it feel back there? You got to be loud.
It's feeling nice.
Great.
I'm comfy actually, which I don't even like this car.
And the viewpoint is way better than the Rivian. I can see so much more out of here.
It feels safer.
Yeah, in the Rivian, for whatever reason, that hood is pretty high up, so it's hard to see the trail.
It's not hard to see. You can't see it at all.
Can't see it all with the Rivian. And this, I can see everything. This is amazing. So we're coming up to a pretty cool portion, Scott. Let's try out the off-road cockpit and off-road cameras, and let's see what this is like. This is a bit awkward, Tijmen.
Oh yeah, this distorts the entire trail.
What's going
It
on?
looks like we're about to go off a cliff.
Okay, so this is not so good.
Yeah, if someone used that like Scott, she would have a heart attack.
Yeah, look, it looks like you're about to die going this way.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, okay, so that's not good. Do we have other cameras that we can pull out? No, that's it. Okay, well, let's go run the rest of the trail then, shall we? Right. Not really using the cameras, don't need to, but I can see, sight lines, my own eyes, pretty good. Drop the wheel in there. Haven't heard a bumper fall off yet.
Nope.
Because we're not even close to it. Now, this is going to be a really interesting downhill section. If I go to slow off-road crawl, so this is the car holding us at 1 mile an hour. You can see it's actually regenning right there. Charge level going up every time it holds us back. That's pretty cool.
Do you like regen for off-roading?
I mean, yeah, be efficient as long as it doesn't feel unnatural. Like this feels easy.
Pretty good, yeah.
I can set it to fast mode too.
Yeah, we might not want to do that.
Yeah, okay, let's go back to slow. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to have Josh go down to the bottom of the hill, and we're essentially going to point this thing straight down. Now, what we might have to do is be a little bit more mindful of our our approach angle down here, Tijmen?
I don't think it's that bad.
You don't think it's that bad?
No.
All right, let's find out. So I'm going to work our way down this. Now, what I'm looking for here is the brake pedal to feel natural and normal, and especially as we load up the car onto the front axle as we come over this ledge.
This feels
Viewers, I'm trying to do my best here to get it as close depiction to the angle as possible.
Look at Josh.
Josh, I would stand a little bit over that way.
This feels way more natural.
And the brake pedal, Tijmen, feels amazing. I'm
It
using
feels so smooth.
this much force on the brake pedal, and it feels way better than anything I've ever had here
This
before.
feels like a side-by-side equivalent to
It's
off-roading level.
insane.
This feels a lot better.
So the driver inputs in this just feel way less stressed than when we took the Rivian up here before. How are we looking on the approach angle there, Scott or Josh? Good. Dude, what do you need air suspension for? Drive a G-Class.
Nice.
Hell yeah, brother. So amazing driver inputs. The car feels totally unstressed. And I can't wait to take the Hummer through there next because that's the heaviest vehicle here. So that's going to be really interesting. Then we've got some of this nice, sandy path that we can cruise through and feels pretty good, dude. We're in low range, so the motors are spinning up, but like even if we wanted to rally it a little bit, feels pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what this thing's built to do. It's freaking awesome. So, G-Wagon score so far.
10 out of 10.
Best thing I've ever had up and down over there. And I
Yeah.
thought for sure it was going to have clearance issues.
Nope.
Not even close. Wow. All right, let's go take the thing with 3 windshield wipers up there. Starting to rain, Tijmen. We've got the roof off in the Hummer.
Full send.
I'm going to go. Why does it make all these noises? Come on, software is so annoyingly slow. Off-road, but we're going to go to terrain mode, except, and I'm going to go to one pedal driving is optimized for off-road use. So it's got its own one pedal drive setting.
Let's see how this does.
Yeah, see it holds the brakes?
Yep.
So this, you're riding on the friction brakes all the time.
Which is true to combustion.
We also have rear steer in this. And it's the only one that helps us with, rear steer out of the bunch. We also can go into high suspension mode. So let's raise it up to increased. And the rain might make this a little slick, but
Yep. Well, if the G-Wagon can do this on street tires that are almost bald,
yeah.
we're good.
Yeah, this should be able to. So I've got the ride height up 1. There's an extract mode if we wanted it. I can go to the off-road menus in this. And I don't know what the menus are for target pressure. Oh, so it helps you air down. We've already aired down. Let's just go to cameras.
That's a nice camera.
Nice camera.
Nice and low in the bumper.
All right, you ready for this one?
Yep.
Okay, gentle accelerations. Let's do it. Hummer style, baby. Oh, feels really heavy.
And we're just spinning the inside or the outside right tire.
So it's a tri-motor, right? So that motor's spinning, and it can't get the power down to where it needs to go. Oh, dude, it's just the tri-motors are having a hard time getting the software differentials to lock. Now, it is important to note we do not have the off-road pack on this, which enables a front locker. So we're going up unlocked, which feels
not
a
that
bit
you would
awkward.
need an open.
But it's doing it with the brakes, so now I'm leaning into it a bit. Josh, how are we looking? All right. Yeah, exactly. This needs momentum. So even without the off-road diff lockers, I don't think it makes much of a difference, to be honest.
I think we should throw the top.
Up here, yeah. But it made it up, but dude, it's definitely struggling.
Yeah, it was compared to the G-Wagon. This is so worse. So much worse.
So much worse. Well, it's heavier, but the powertrain management was worse.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's put the roof on this thing. All right, here we go. Got the roof on this thing. And so what we experienced going up the hill, I should have explained it. This one is spec'd without the off-road pack, which comes with the standard street tires, which are still off-roady, Tijmen.
Yeah, they're like in between a street tire and an all-terrain tire.
And it also doesn't have the, hold on, let me pull up the cameras, because this thing you can't see a damn thing out of, unlike the G. It also doesn't have the software locker in the rear and the mechanical locker up front.
Huh.
Which you would think the software locker should just be standard. And I can tell it doesn't have it because, dude, we were just spinning the outside rears.
Yep.
And they were just sitting there, spinning. I couldn't get it. Now, one thing that this has is rear steer, which is amazing on trails like this, dude.
I don't really like it.
What do you not like about it?
it can put you in a weird situation. If you're used to driving everything that doesn't have rear steer on trail, like it can put you in a weird situation you might not want to be in, but I can also see how it can be a gigantic help, especially on something like Black Bear Pass where it's super narrow. This would do amazing.
Right. Now, I can just turn it off. And then,
problem solved.
Then your problem solved. So you got that. But you also have crab walk mode, which is nice. So let's see. Rear wheel steering off, auto, or I can push and hold for crab walk, which we don't need on this trail. There's very few applications for crab walk. It's just cool.
Yeah, it's just a flex.
It's just awesome. I love crab walking around town. So yeah, I mean, all the different drive modes, Hummer really came into the market with this off-road credibility. And I would say it's been pretty good off-road. There was a whole app that GMC was going to build when they launched the Hummer of like all the trails you could do and how much range you used. And then that kind of, I guess, fell by the wayside when they realized no Hummer EV owners actually off-roading their car.
Right, you're spending so much money that you don't want to break it.
Yeah, break it. And then also it's like range is not so much a concern off-road, dude. You can go all day and burn 12%.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just you're not covering distance. It's all low speed. It's all this kind of thing. So you charge up in town, you go have fun on the trails, and then come out this way. And this Hummer does have a really nice extract mode feature, which can raise the suspension all the way up. It just takes a while to get up in there.
Yeah, but only really necessary if you're beached, which is pretty difficult on most trails. You have to have like a super long wheelbase to get beached on, I'd say 90% of trails.
Yeah, and I did get the truck beached in one of our overlanding episodes. And the problem with extract mode was it wasn't giving me the wheel torque I needed to get over the obstacle. So I almost needed to go back to high suspension. And then it would give me more wheel torque. So yeah, let's crawl our way down to the start of, or I should say, the bottom of the tub down here. We've got a lot of stuff in this car.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
We have all the recovery gear in this car.
Yeah, because we figured if there was one to recover stuff,
should have put it in the G.
Would be this. Yeah, the G class. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
So this feels super under stressed like the G as well, though.
Yep.
The one pedal drive is so strong because it's just riding the friction brakes in this terrain mode the whole time.
Yeah, I think this one just like feels a little bit more hectic because it's wider and so much heavier than the G.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of the powertrain control, in terms of the componentry of the vehicle, like it feels like it's built to handle this.
Yeah, it seems like we really haven't stressed the vehicle at all.
No, yeah, not at all. So Josh is getting in position and we are going to make our way down. Now this is a big girl to send down here, so I kind of want him to not stand there. Josh, just get ready to move because it's heavy. All right, so we're going to come over as slow as I possibly can go. And dude, I'm just touching the throttle. Like I'm going 1 inch in and it's doing all of this.
Wow.
It's really easy. It's coming to a stop super nice. You can hear the brakes working hard.
What size brakes are on this?
So just touching the brakes and it, washer fluid's low, by the way.
Oh.
Might happen at this angle. And we're just working our way down. But the one pedal drive going down here, amazing.
Yeah, it's nice.
This is smooth. Really good. It just feels huge, but it feels like totally doable. Out here in Moab, a Hummer on the right tire.
Yeah, I mean, they take Humvees out here for their tour rides, so what they should change to this.
Absolutely. This feels really nice. And, dude, I like the Hummer.
More than the G?
More than the G, no. I think the G's cool because it doesn't have air suspension.
Yeah.
And it still can, like, everything. But I actually prefer, like, I feel like this probably can do a little bit more than the G can do in the sense of having a majorly adjustable suspension system.
Yeah, it'd be cool if you could option the G with air suspension. Like, oh, I do actually off-road, so I'd like to have a little bit more wheel travel available to me.
The terrain mode, if I remember correctly, is 1.2 degrees of rear steering for every 1 degree of front steering. So it actually turns more with the rear than the front, which is hilarious. And, you know, this is just a big behemoth to get through there. The one thing I really hate about the Hummer is the tri-motor system.
Why is that?
Well, because even with the software locker, it sucks in the rear. So I made a video with the Hummer EV Edition 1 truck that had all the off-road stuff.
Yep.
And the software locker in the rear was terrible. Having a mechanical locker up front is awesome.
Yeah.
So now that we're out of the terrain mode, I'm going to switch us to not tow haul.
I thought we got a flat for a second, but no, it's just the air compressor letting go a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's loud. Just go to normal off-road mode, which makes it a little bit less aggressive. Motors feel amazing at low speed, no cogging. It can work its way up there, and yeah, I just think if you're going to get a Hummer and go off-road, you get the dual motor with the dual locker.
Yeah, that seems probably the smartest way to do this. You don't need a tri-motor for off-roading anyways.
No, it actually hurts you. You really want the mechanical locker. So, nice. Well, good job to the Hummer. Definitely feels like 5 times as heavy as the G-Class and is a sort of American answer to off-roading.
Yep.
But still love it. Rivian, arguably, I think to most people, viewed as the most off-road capable.
Yep, and might be the worst.
Might be the best.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. This is a dual motor Rivian. So it has a motor in the front, a motor in the rear. However, they are no lockers, Tijmen. No mechanical locker.
That's a bummer.
It's a Rivian. Like, what's up with that?
The adventure vehicle,
yeah.
too. So
And so they rely on brake-based torque vectoring to transfer the power cross-car.
8-track.
Basically. And, you know, it works really well. They did a nice job tuning it. But it's still a little bit delayed, and you have to wait for spin to happen for it to transfer power.
Right.
Which freaked Scott out a little bit when she was going up this hill.
Yeah, I saw that.
If she had lockers, she would have been fine.
Yep.
So, you know, as a new driver, like, lockers would be great. Now, you can get the tri and quad motor, but then you're left to the software locking controls, and you still get wheel spin before it can, like, juice the other motor.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Just hard locker. Send it.
So in the dual motor Rivians, we have an all-terrain setting. We have a bunch of suspension settings because this has the most complicated suspension of the bunch, because you can actually do a sway bar disconnect in this.
Oh.
So it automatically will adjust the sway bar stiffness through a hydraulic front and rear motor, essentially, electro-hydraulic motor.
That's super nice.
Yeah, so you can get all the droop angle that you need. Plus, when you're on a twisty road, you go into sport mode and it's dead flat.
Why'd they do that but not a locker?
Yeah, exactly. Because I think they view their quad motor as their best off-road option.
But, like, people that actually care to off-road, it doesn't really matter about the power, because that's what they're advertising with the quad motor.
Right.
It's more about traction.
Yeah, and a dual motor with lockers would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like, there's no downside there.
Exactly.
So, you know, I'm just going to be the guy that always screams lockers, lockers, lockers. Anyway, what we have here with the dual motor is a still 7,000 pound vehicle. So the weight's between the G and the Hummer.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we don't even know what the G weighs exactly, do we?
Nope.
It feels the lightest.
Yeah, it feels like 5,000 pounds.
Yeah, it really does. It's amazing. We've got the suspension one up from standard. We don't need much for this. And we're just going to work our way up. The one thing Rivian doesn't have is any off-road crawl control or anything like that.
Which I only like crawl control when you're going downhill.
I agree. I like to have full control.
Yeah, let me go full throttle if I need to.
Right. And you can override it in most of those systems.
You can, but it's just like,
Just
can
drive.
get in the way. You get rid of the feeling with crawl control.
Right. So a lot of those systems are good for beginners who don't have off-road throttle control down.
Yep.
Like, so in the G-Class, you could put Scott in there and she'd just walk herself up
Yep.
here, no problem. When she was in this, she's like, how much throttle do I give it? What do I do? That's those situations.
Yeah, it can put you in a sketchy situation where you like think you're going to floor it, but you're going to spin all 4 tires and kind of slowly go backwards.
Yeah, so that's where those systems help. If you have a feel for off-roading, if you do it a lot, which we're lucky enough
Yep.
to off-road a ton, you kind of just turn all
Yeah.
that stuff off. Okay, let's rock and roll up the hill. So we're just going to crawl up at this normal 2-mile-an-hour pace. You can feel the motors get loaded up, dude. You hear that dunk, 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 dunk?
Yep.
So we are spinning a bit, but it didn't actually do any cross-car torque vectoring. So I'm hard throttle.
Are you full throttle?
No,
Oh.
probably 60% throttle. A lot of stall torque. Motor
You can
torque
really
here.
hear the motors work.
The motors are geared to highway speed, so it's a pretty tall gear ratio. But dude, look how high up this thing is pointing. It's the one that you genuinely can't see anything out of. Now, thankfully, the Gen 2 Rivians have a really nice camera. Now, I'm way offline.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll go this way a little bit. But dude, still feels awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it feels super natural. As like someone who off-roads, I would feel no difference in this compared to like my GX.
Exactly. I think Rivian kind of nailed this suspension, steering, powertrain, everything. The one thing it's missing is mechanical lockers, but other than that, this is kind of the perfect off-road vehicle.
Yeah, this is the true like overland vehicle that can do some legit trails.
Absolutely. Yeah, the capability of this is insane. From a suspension standpoint, from really anything. It's the right size. The R1S is a bit shorter than R1T, so it's actually a little bit better on trails. The steering is a little bit kickbacky. If you get it in stuff, you get it pushed back. They just sent an over-the-air software update to them, though, to have the electric motor compensate kickback.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's actually feeling way better now than I've ever experienced it in all-terrain mode.
Huh.
Yeah, and I can feel the electric motor kind of fight some of the wheel kickback. Obviously, it's still doing it, but it's not like wham, wham.
Yeah.
It's definitely helping you keep the wheel straight.
In the long run also will help you with your steering rack.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in general, this is, the Rivian's kind of a brand new product from a brand new company, and so they're iterating it as they go, versus Mercedes. They've built the G-Class the same way for the last 50 years.
And they look the same.
They look the same. They perform the same. It's just that one's electric.
They might have gone a little bit faster down the hill now than they used to, but...
Right. Yeah, I mean, in general, this is still an incredibly capable vehicle. So the G-Class is great. Hummer's great. This is great. But which is best? We're going to discuss that at the end. So Rivian dual tri or quad motor, Tijmen? Which would you choose?
Personally, as a daily, I'd probably go dual. And overland spec, probably dual. It's the cheaper version. I probably would go max range spec. I don't think I'd need the performance.
Yeah.
It's like this is probably the most off-roadish stuff we do as a most part when we go camping anyways. So as long as it can do baby lines back, I'd be happy.
Yeah, and I mean, the dual motors they can all pretty much do the same thing.
Yeah.
I would skip the tri. I would go dual or quad, personally.
Yeah, I think the range is nice so that like you can stay at a campsite for longer if you're running power from your Rivian.
Yeah.
But if not, or you're at a campsite that has 240, you need the base model.
Yeah, totally agree. So now we're going to work our way down. And so this one does not have rock crawl mode. There are versions of the Rivian that do have a rock crawl mode where you're able to disable one pedal drive and use friction brakes only, which is actually really nice.
Yeah.
In this case, because we just have the standard all-terrain setting, it's doing the one pedal drive automatically. You can see it's using only the front motor there to hold us back.
That seems a little sketchy.
Yeah, if I go full off, yeah, it's just front motor. You would think it could help a little bit with the rear. Anyway, we're going to point ourselves down this hill, and I'm going to keep it in high suspension. I don't think we're going to need very high.
Nope.
So let's just keep it, in this medium setting, which is kind of how we had the Hummer as well. And the G-Class didn't even have air suspension. So we'll walk ourselves down, talk about the brake feel. Now, the brake feel in this is hilarious because it's blending in friction brakes at the end. When it goes to auto hold, dude, the pedal goes to the floor.
That's sketchy.
So it's all the way in. I don't know if you can watch this as soon as I release the accelerator pedal, but I'm going to hit it. Look how much
we can see it.
So that does not give me all that much confidence.
Yeah, because once it starts to go, you can't press the brake.
Yeah, because you're like, ugh. So then, could you feel that cogging as we were coming to a stop? So that's where this honestly does feel the most stressed out of the other ones.
Yep.
The electric motors in the Rivian are not tuned for very low speed. Like the 1 mile an hour drive, they can't really do it without tung tung tung. If you own a Rivian and you inch up to a car wash, try to drive at like a half a mile an hour. When it comes out of auto hold, it'll go 1 or 0.
Yeah, and if you really want to feel it, put a trailer on the back and then just go super slow.
Yeah.
And you feel it instantly.
Yeah, so that's where actually this kind of isn't as great as the other ones in the real low speed stuff.
Oh, that feels so bad.
We're losing a bag back here. It does let off from a wheel lock situation though. So if we lock up, it does kind of do a really nice job of handling that. But still very nice and easy to walk down this hill. You just have a ton of motor cogging happening.
Seatbelts are designed nicely. They're holding me in.
So that little fine tuning stuff is kind of all over the place where Rivian still has to work on things.
Yeah.
And that's what we've always found since day one is they got 99% of it there. The cars can kind of do everything, but the refinement.
Yeah, they are dirt road off-road enthusiasts, not rock stuff enthusiasts.
Totally. I would agree with that actually. Yeah, I just wish the low speed powertrain control was taken a little bit more seriously here. And then it would beat all of these.
Yep.
So let's go bring this around up front. We'll share pros and cons, pricing, everything, and then tell you which one we prefer for off-road adventures. Time to summarize in order, Tijmen. Now that we've experienced all three of them, we've gone through pros and cons of drivetrain situations and suspension designs. I have to tell you, the G-Class feels like Mercedes has been doing this for the longest.
Which they probably have.
They definitely have. And just like the whole thing feels so under stress going through there. I still think it's actually my last pick for off-roading though.
I think it's my second one.
Okay, so we'll go through that. But I'm just, the money is expensive.
Yeah, value-wise, it's the worst.
Yes, but they really did.
But also kind of the best value-wise. Yeah. I mean,
especially
if you can find one used for like 120, buy it.
Yeah, totally. And then the Hummer, dude, this was a real surprise and honestly not a major delight in the power standpoint. So going up the hill, a base Hummer, even with all of the off-road options and modes, not lockers selected, it really had a hard time putting the power down.
Yep.
And that's partially weight, it's partially tire, but it is aired down, and it is, just struggling for traction. Where my biggest issues with the Hummer come from are what's happening on the rear axle. This is the Hummer 3X, and essentially it has 3 permanent magnet electric motors, and the ones in the rears just were not talking to each other.
Nope, they're just spinning.
You're right. Eventually, we did get it to do some brake-based cross-car torque vectoring, but it took like a good 10 seconds of me staying in the throttle for it to be like, oh, you're trying to like do something, and burp, burp, then it crawled itself up. If you had spec'd this with the mechanical locker on the front axle and the software locker on the rear, I'm convinced the software locker does nothing on these things, as far as I can tell.
Probably.
But if you had the mechanical locker up front, which is an option, it would have just walked up there, no problem. So we should at least clarify that if you have the right options, this is amazing.
Yeah, if you plan to off-road your Hummer, get the front locker because it really helps move the weight forward.
Absolutely. It gets the front tires working so much better and the progress can just continue. You do have to be mindful of the weight and the width, but the rear steer does help. It's just tough on our Colorado trails where there's a lot of trees because you can tail swing and stuff.
This is my worst pick. This is 3 for me just because of the weight.
Yeah, the weight's, you feel it off-roading. It's hard to stop it. It's hard to get it moving. And but in terms of the supporting components that they did on this, props to GM for really putting in the right stuff, I would say. The brake pedal felt amazing. The way that it did the low speed down the hill.
Yeah, I mean, it was impressive. It's just personally for my style of off-roading, too much weight.
Okay. And I think you and I would both agree this is the #1 pick.
Yep.
And what's crazy about this is it's the cheapest.
Yeah. Also, best bang for buck.
So the R1S that we just bought was $76,990. We used the exact same drive modes that this vehicle offers. This one's 105, but it's still the cheapest out of the bunch here.
Yep.
And it has the best suspension for this type of stuff. You get that sway bar disconnect through hydraulic situation. And really the major downside with the Rivian Tijmen, 2 things I would say. The air compressor for the suspension is undersized.
Yep.
Once you run out of, sort of that auxiliary air in the tank, it takes forever to raise or lower or do anything. And so you can't just go up and down all day like the Hummer can. The Hummer just is like, and Cybertruck, same thing. This is a little bit undersized from a suspension standpoint, and the motor powertrain control at low speed is rough in this.
Right, it's been that way since the beginning of Rivian.
Yeah.
So hopefully they make a change for the better, but I doubt they will.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like you got to just, it's such a limited use case, but it is what they're designed to do, and it's that type of motor cogging that the Germans just would never let leave the factory.
Yep.
And so I think you have to go into Rivian understanding new car company, new cars, they have a priority list of things they need to work on. This is probably way down the list.
Yeah.
And it feels that way, but it's still incredibly capable. Even though it cogs, it works its way up everything.
Yeah, even though it does kind of suck at super low speeds, the value overshines all the negative in this scenario.
This is one type of off-roading. If you're going down dirt trails, if you're going to go camping, if you're going to do whatever else, this has so much more feature and stuff built into it. Auto leveling suspension if you're going to sleep in it than the others. That will come in a future video as well. But so your pick is #1 Rivian. You and I both agree on that. I think value-wise, capability, size, image, everything, like this just looks great out here too.
Yeah.
My second pick is the actually, now you got me rethinking this.
Yeah, the weight really throws off the Hummer on the list.
It really does. The G-Class was very impressive. I was really worried about approach and departure in the G, but maybe I shouldn't be as much.
Yeah, I mean, it looks low compared to the other cars, but the angles are pretty good on the front
and the fact that you can't spec an all-terrain. I would honestly get it. I would go for an electric G. I'd find a way to lift it a little bit, put all-terrains on it.
Yeah, I'm sure you could find a leveling kit or whatever, just an aluminum block to put on top of the strut.
Yeah, just something like that. That's my second choice.
There we go.
Okay, I agree with you. That was so impressive powertrain-wise.
Yeah, I mean, it literally just walked itself up. We did nothing.
Also, the viewpoint over the hood is amazing, and just the overall quality and durability, knowing what the abuse that thing can handle
Yeah.
is amazing. I love knowing. It gives you peace of mind, and that's what you want off-road.
Exactly.
And, you know, the Hummer, I agree, Tijmen. I think the weight hurts it. It feels big, it feels heavy, it's hard to see out of. Nice cameras.
Yeah, nice cameras, but again, it's just hard to see. And if you know you're driving such a big vehicle, it makes it even worse. If it felt small but was big, it'd be fine. It might be second, but it just looks big, feels big, is big.
Yeah, so if you're coming to Moab, Rivian, maybe quad motor or this.
Yep.
The tri-motor is weird because then you have to deal with brake-based torque vectoring on the front axle and individual motors on the rear axle. I'd skip that. I would go dual
Just
motor.
spend more money.
Yeah, dual motor or quad motor.
Yep.
You know, like save the money and just be like, okay, I'm gonna give it a second for the brakes to do the thing, or go full send quad motor where each motor can do its thing, which I still don't love that. Thunder's coming.
Yep.
That's our winner. Second place.
Yep.
Which is still impressive because it doesn't have air suspension.
Yeah, which is so surprising.
And then third place, Hummer.
Yep.
Dude, this is the value. This is such a cool car.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think, I think the G-Wagon is best bang for buck at 120-ish.
That's what it should have been priced at.
But base R1S,
Yeah.
best thing you can buy, new EV off-road wise.
Actually, this experience has made me want to turn our base R1S into kind of an off-roader.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think you don't need more than the dual motor powertrain and all-terrain setting. Send it.
Agreed.
Thanks for watching. See you in another one again soon. Bye-bye.